All right, my Scorpios, welcome to Tarot in White Oracle, where you get into the cloud to see what you see. This is your you versus them. And I'll be reading for your current feelings and your person's feelings, thoughts, wants, and actions. So think of your person. I'm going to be tapping into current energy, and as it processes over the next 30 days, this is like a snapshot and the trajectory of the energy. Of course, you are the master of your ship, so you can course correct, go slower, faster, turn direction. And let's go ahead and dive into perspectives. I like to draw for the perspective of our Scorpio, and then the perspective of Scorpio's person. And then we'll dive into the truth between you two, or the universe's purpose perspective on the connection. I do private readings as well, so you can go ahead and look at my main page. We also have readings every Friday for collective, Saturday you versus them, and Sunday is our mirror soul for those that are on a mirror soul journey. And while I was meditating, I was getting, it felt like a radio station that was being turned to different stations. And I was hearing stay, and then loudly, come into my world, come in, even, but I know the song isn't come into my world, but those were the lyrics that were coming through. And yeah, if you know the song, you can go ahead and write the lyrics down there as well. That would be helpful. So we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Remember that, thank you, Divine Creator, for guidance. And cross watchers, energy can be flipped. And I do read for soulmate, soul tribe, and soul twin. But if you're not in a soulmate, soul tribe, or soul twin, then this is your energy from your business partner, friend, family, a significant connection. So I do see reject and process. So your person, cross watcher, or Scorpio, there's a sense that maybe this connection, there's a forbidden aspect to it. There's a process that you guys are also going through. There's something that you feel rejected by, maybe by your person or in society or in the connection. You may be rejecting your person. And this is a process of growth for you. You feel like you are growing, going through a growth spurt. For your person, I do feel that your person is open to communicating. This is a strong energy around painting, expressing your emotions, being open. And they feel a sense of promise here. An emotional contract, a soul contract, an emotional bond. So your person, I'm feeling, is very open, whereas you, Scorpio, is feeling more rejected. Your person feels like more like this is a promise, or like you feel like this is a process. The universe's truth in the center is all about how we focus on ourselves to take care of ourselves. And maybe sometimes we focus too much on ourselves to get into that space where we need to be, to mentally relax, to feel back to me, quote unquote. But there's a certain amount of me focus in this energy, which is about your health, which is also about maybe taking too much time to sleep or too much time on yourself. And it can feel like isolation to your partner. And so this energy is coupled with a wake-up call, a signal. So the universe's truth in this is letting you know the balance between spending time to take care of you and spending time in the relationship, being able to meet both, and having a wake-up call about this. And there might be other wake-up calls that we will see as the energy progresses. So let's go ahead and dive into our thematic energy, which is going to be from the past and current energy. And as this current energy rides through the next 30 days, because this is going to be a snapshot of the energy as it progresses over 30 days. So let's go ahead and look at our thematic energy. So this is a twin flame mirroring shared feelings and reflection. So this is going to be a strong connection, but let's go ahead and dive into it further and see what comes up. So we're going to go ahead and dive into our past energy and current energy little snippets before we dive into the major tarot. All right, these two want to come out. So we do get an Eight of Swords and the Emperor. So in the past energy, there's a sense that there's a broken heart between you, a sense of feeling like you're trying to control the hurt in this. The Emperor is a strong soul contract, heavenly energy that comes down to earth. It's also an energy for me that's very, can be very guiding. Your soul's trying to guide you, but on earth, maybe you try, in the physical form, you try to take control of things because you don't want to lose control. And your heart is hurt. There's pain here. And you're feeling restricted in that fear. And you're feeling like you're not really sure where to step, where to go. You know, you're blinded by the fear. And you just want to take control of the situation, have a resolution, have an answer. Again, I feel that energy is coming from the rejection. Like you feel rejected in the connection by your person, in society, by yourself. For many of you, this could be a rejection that you have from your past or from childhood, or it's coming from your own energy. And there's a sense of, do I have control in this? So let's go ahead and see what the current energy is. Some of you may be connecting to an Aries energy. This is a strong Aries energy. And in the current energy, I do see Four of Swords and Nine of Wands. So we do get the sense of taking time to yourself after feeling like, some of you may have been feeling suffocated, like you can't breathe. And you're wanting to be the master of your domain and take control of your life again. And maybe you feel like things are out of control for you. In your current energy, there's a sense of taking time to yourself, which is what I was seeing in this energy as well. It's an isolation for your health energy. And that's what I see here in the current energy snapshot that we got here. So you are also, this is a very heavy, it's a very heavy energy, needing to take time, needing to regroup, needing to heal. Maybe for some of you, it's a nature walk, reading a book, meditation, taking a swim, but you're isolating yourself so that you can feel centered, back to center again, to regroup. And it's a really heavy energy, but it's persistent. It's like, I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. I want to persist and move forward. And of course, the 9 is very close to the 10. So it's like you're almost giving up this heaviness, but you're not quite there yet. So let's go ahead and get into what's happening, the end of the story or the future energy. And we'll take a look at that at the end of the reading. All right, so we're going to go ahead and dive into, I'm going to keep this over here. Our feelings. What is our person feeling? Our Scorpio and Cross Watcher. All right, so we do get the Nine of Swords. So again, there's a lot more anxiety and stress coming up from the Scorpio side of the energy. A feeling of rejection, feeling trapped, isolated, taking time to yourself to regroup. A lot of stress and anxiety popping up. All right, the Four of Cups. This doesn't surprise me because I got twin flame and there's always a bunch of drama in twin flame relationships. Let's go ahead and see here. We got Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. So there's this strong energy around withdrawal, avoiding, anxiety, depression, stress, jealousy, competition, controlling behavior. And I was picking all that fear up and control here as well. So it looks like that's also in the feeling space of the current energy of the Scorpio. So let's take a look at the cross-watcher's energy. This would be who you are in a connection with, relationship with your romantic person, partner. We do get the One of Pentacles, so that's a beautiful energy. I guess I'll put this here. Where do we want to put this? We'll put that right there. And then look at that. All right. And then we want to go ahead and get our next energies for our cross watcher in the Scorpio connection. Okay, the Empress. All right, so now we have a solid soul contract between the two of you. We have our Emperor soul energy over here and our Empress soul energy here. And you may be connecting to a strong Taurus energy or Aries energy, but take it as it resonates. It is a soul contract between the two of you. And let's go ahead and see what else we get. All right, so this is the Fool. Oh, sorry, not the Fool. The Strength in reverse. So your person, let's get these in order. So your person is feeling like they want to do life with you. They want to build something with you. Or they want a new life with you. They want, they're feeling presence. They're feeling like they're in the now. This is energy of being in the now. Like they don't want to focus on the past or the future. They're focusing on the now. They're feeling like things, they're very present in wanting to show up for you, be there for you. They feel like this has got a lot of potential, but it's very new. You know, there's no real steps taken. This is just an energy that is very open in possibility. It's like they feel the possibility here that this can be grounded. We also get the Empress, which is a very nurturing energy. You know, this is growth. Again, this is an energy around growing. It's like we see, I feel the growth in here. I feel the potential in here. I feel like we can, and yes, we have this energy process here as well. So this is more energy about a process, development, growth, moving forward. And so your person is very much feeling the process, feeling the potential, feeling the ability to make this into something beautiful. And they can feel that soul contract because this energy is in their energy here on this side. So on the soul level, they feel really connected to you. However, Scorpio, you are all up in your head. You're letting fear run the show, and controlling behavior showing up around your fear, and withdrawing and avoidancy behaviors around the fear of rejection and the anxiety. So I also see that the crosswatcher is feeling like maybe they're not really sure what to do. They're not sure how to move it forward. They may feel like a mother to you, mothering, you know, your wounded heart, your wounded warrior energy that you're putting down. Let's see how the perceptions are for the Scorpio and then the cross watchers. Remember, perception is what you are seeing the connection to be, but not necessarily the truth, but it's your truth, right? So for Scorpio, what do we get here? Wow. All right, we do get our Three of Wands, the Devil, the Moon, and the Nine of Pentacles. The Moon is in reverse. So they perceive you, crosswatcher, or this connection this is an attraction. They're very attracted to you. This is like a temptation. You're a temptation in their future. It's like they feel like you could be a stumbling block for their path, for the things that they're trying to do, or for some reason you trigger them. But they're very clear that a foundation can be built here. It's like they know that there's a foundation here. They know that something can be built here. And you feel that as well. Or they perceive you as wanting that foundation and knowing that a foundation can be built here. But this is also an energy around single but not single. It's like you guys aren't quite committed. And so they might have a perception of this connection as something also that isn't quite in its committal stages. All right, so we do get the Judgment in reversed. So your person, your cross-watcher, Scorpio, is perceiving you as someone who isn't listening to the call of the soul contract, as someone who is resisting to make a judgment call on things that they need to make a judgment call on and to move forward in the directions they need for your own healing, for your own soul's path. They also are perceiving you as someone who takes a lot of time for themselves, which I see in this energy here and here. I can feel it's coming from your side. Someone who is isolating a lot, focusing a lot on yourself, taking time to heal. And there's a lot of fear energy popping up here and here. And here. Withdrawn energy here. And more fear energy. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fear energies. And a withdrawn, which is also out of fear. So a lot of fear energy from this side, and your cross-watcher is seeing you as someone who takes a lot of time for themselves. For some reason, I want to say bubble boy. The Knight of Wands. Okay, so your person is also perceiving you as someone who's in and out, flirty, just in it for the fun, non-committal. That's how they're perceiving you, Scorpio. So let's see. What does Scorpio want out of this connection? All right, we get our 7 of Swords and our 8 of Pentacles and our Hermit. Okay, so I do see that the Scorpio wants to work on their money. They want to work hard. They also want to feel good enough for this connection. They might not feel good enough. They want to be able to take that time to work through their fear. And they might also, there's something about deception. They might say what they have to say in order to get the time they need for themselves. There might be some sort of deceit around that. Very, very interesting energy, Scorpio. I want to dig deeper in here. What is this 7 of Swords around? What is this 7 of Swords about in their wands? Okay, so we get the Queen of Wands reversed. So this is another strong energy around soul contracts, but also around their person. You may be connecting with a strong Leo or Aries energy. This is the second Aries energy we get, but it's also Leo. Mind you, there's also some Taurus that you may be connecting to. Take what resonates for you. It doesn't have to be. But this is in the reverse. So there's a sense either that they feel like their person, you're the cross-watcher, is coming on really strong to them. And it's a karmic energy that's showing up. and they don't know how to handle it. And the cross-watcher needs to rebalance the energy that they're dishing out to their person. And it's probably coming from here, because I see that the cross-watcher feels like their strength is reversed. So this is like an energy of not showing up true, not showing up as your best self, your true self. Maybe not even people pleasing, letting someone get away with things, but it can also be the reverse, like controlling behavior and fighting. And so there's a sense that your person wants to go into hermit mode. And you see that hermit mode over here. They want to take that time to themselves, find their inner peace, take that isolation, find their own healing within themselves. As a result of the way all this energy is playing out between them, they feel like it's they're in a situation that maybe they need to lie about in order to get time to themselves. Or they feel like you're coming at them too strong. And they want to avoid all that bitchiness or arguing, or all this energy that feels really heavy to them, that they feel like is coming from you, cross-watcher. But again, take it as it resonates for you. Remember, this is what this person is feeling, experiencing. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you are doing, but that's how it's feeling to them. All right, so we want to go ahead and look at the cross-watcher's energy. I do get a Moon and Fool, and the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so this is what the cross-watcher is wanting, the Scorpio's cross-watcher. So you see that they want a leap of faith. They want to take a leap of faith, and for you, Scorpio, to take a leap of faith into this connection. You know, this is like bringing the wood to build the house. You know, you're not living in the house, you're not married, you don't got the kids, but it's like, can't we get the wood together and the hammers and start building? And they're wanting you to take that leap of faith. They want to do that as well. And this is moon energy. So this is like, there's confusion for them. They're in the dark. They feel like they're in the dark about what we're doing in this connection, what we're doing in this relationship. Are we building anything solid? I want that. I want you to have the faith and take a jump into us, build something for us. But they feel like they're maybe in the dark around that. So let's go ahead and dive into actions. Actions for our Scorpio in the current energy. And remember, this is a trajectory. You can always steer things differently because you are the captain of your boat. All right, we do get the Magician. All right, that's a beautiful energy, Scorpio. Finally, something good on your side over here. Where is your positive energy, Scorpio? All right, we do get the Magician, 10 of Cups and King of Pentacles. All right, so it looks like after all this fear and after all this time to yourself, after feeling suffocated, trapped, trying to take control of things, withdrawing, you're going to come out. And so this is going to be toward, now this is your next 30 days. So for some of you, you may be riding this ship really fast and this energy is coming out in a week or two. For some of you, that ship's slowing down, you're going at a different pace and it's going to go at, 3 to 4 weeks. But this is the trajectory of action on the current energy. So we've got the Magician, which is about making it happen, manifesting this life for yourself. What life? The life with this person that has emotional satisfaction and support, emotional continuity. There's a sense of being there for your person, emotionally supporting your person, and spending time with your person, as well as saying, okay, yes, let's go ahead and build something for real together. This is a very strong energy about grounding on earth, the soul contracts that you have in heaven. So let's go ahead and see what your cross-watcher is going to do, because it takes two to tango. Okay, we do have the Ten of Swords. Wow, can the two of you get on the same page? My goodness. Let's see what else we have over here. All right, we've got our Eight of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so your person, cross-watcher, is going to be doing what you are feeling in your current energy, which is they're going to want to hold really tightly to this connection. There's going to be control behavior showing up, jealousy behavior showing up. So that's a little bit of what you are not wanting. You're not wanting your person to go into their reversed Queen of Wands, which is like you don't want your person to show up controlling, bitching, jealousy, trying to push the situation or push you into things. And this is making you want to go into your hermit mode. So if cross-watcher, if you're watching, just remember, if you're in your worst self, try to get into your better self as you're approaching. We also have the Eight of Cups and we have the Ten of Swords. So your person is not happy. This is energy that your person is saying they're going to end something here with you. It may be the connection itself. Like you're ready to go. You're ready to build now after a month of feeling in fear, anxiety, depression, like you're trying to take control of solutions, working through the process, and you finally get to a good feeling place. Your person is like, I'm ready to go. I'm opening myself up. I feel like we have a promise between us, some sort of contract between us. I feel it on a soul level. I feel like I'm nurturing, taking care of you, taking care of the situation, but I know I'm not showing up as my best self. But it seems like you're not even trying, and you keep spending time to yourself, and you're just coming at me with a bunch of non-committal, flirty energy. And I would want something real here, but I'm left in the dark. And so by the time your person gets to the end, your energy's flipped, and then your person's energy's flipped the other direction. It's like, okay, fine, I'm out, bye. This hurts, I'm walking away. And I'm moving into something that feels more emotionally satisfying to me because I'm not happy with this. I don't like the way this is going. And I'm going to show up a bit controlling and jealous, and maybe like you might get a mixed message. I'm walking away and ending this, but I'm also holding on and being jealous about what you're doing at the same time and trying to take control of what you're doing. So you guys need to get on the same page. Oh my goodness. And hopefully, you know, both of you can learn from each other. Let's see. Okay, so what the trajectory after the next 30 days, the energy that shows up for about, this is going to be mid-February for many of you, but it could happen sooner depending on how fast you're, you know, rowing this canoe. We do get the Nine of Swords and the Sun. So the Sun was the first energy that came out. So this is like happiness on all of this stress, anxiety. It's like, you know, after everything you've been through, Scorpio, and then finally you're like, okay, let's do it. And then your person has been trying so patiently, not really sure what you're doing over there, trying to show up for you. And then finally they're like, whatever, I give up, I'm moving on. But I kind of want this. I'm a little controlling over here and jealous about what's happening, but I'm walking away into my own happiness. And this feels like a really painful ending to me, like you're just going to not even do what I need here. And all that negative energy, all that fear energy, all that avoidant energy, anxiety and stress, the Sun comes out on top of it. And there's a blessing to be had. So maybe you guys don't give up on each other so quickly. Let me know what happens with you guys after the month of January, if you guys are moving forward or if you guys have split ways. Very curious about this reading. All right, let's go ahead and dive deep into soul energies and emotional energies. We have a strong soul energy here, an earth energy, a strong divine masculine energy here, a strong soul energy here, let's see, we get a lot of fear energy. here and here. And this is based out of fear. Kind of deceptive energy. Strong emotional energy. You do get a lot of grounding energy here though. We have our Nine of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. And on your person's side, we get fear energy over here, grounding energy, some soulful energy and grounding energy. So you can see, like, most of the fear is coming from the Scorpio. All of this is fear energy. And by the end of it, your person's like, I'm done. As far as soul energy, we've got our soul contract here. A 3 energy and a 4 energy to make a 7. And we've got a Divine Masculine and a Queen of Wands, which is a 1 and a 5. So we've got 4 soul energies. Oh no, sorry. Actually, we've got 5 because we have the Sun too. So we've got 5 soulful energies. Oh, no, we've got 6 because we also have the twin flame energy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 soulful energies. I feel like that's why there's so much fear. Because whenever you have a twin flame mirror connection, a lot of fear is going to come up, because the purpose, the one major purpose of it, is to align and rebalance your spiritual self, your emotional self, as you spiritually develop and awaken. So let's go ahead and dive into the emotional energy. We've got just one, but very strong emotional energy here. And grounding energy, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 grounding energies. So it looks like you guys have a strong potential of building something. Definitely a soulmate, soul twin, more likely soul twin connection. A lot of fear energy, but you guys can figure it out. Just need to get on the same page. All right, let's go ahead and see what the angel advice is. All right, we do get a 5, 5, 5, 5. So this is a double 10. Could also be looked at as a 2, 10, 10, 10. So a 1, 1, 1 energy for many of you. This is going to be a 10, 9. Yes, this is also a 10 energy as well. And this is a 1. So we have, this is also a 10. So we also have another 1, 1, 1 energy. So there may be a lot of 1s that you'll be seeing as confirmation also that this is a twin flame mirror soul connection. Clarity, transformation, opportunity, momentum, process, success, adaptability, and achievement. You're having clarity. So you're not a victim of circumstance, you're a beneficiary, enriching your life experience, embrace, adapt to change. You're setting yourself up for long-term success. That's why things are happening. And you're having wake-up calls around what you need to realize in your own growth, transformation within this connection. Trust that everything is unfolding for your best. You're achieving your goals and everything will work out perfectly for you in the end as it's meant to be. Your bread of life is 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone is in Christ, a new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. So this energy sounds a lot to me like the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is rebirth. It's a shedding of your old self, and it's a renewing or rebirth of yourself, a new version of yourself. So a new creation has come. The old has gone, 2 Corinthians 5:17. So there's a strong sense of, as you're going through your spiritual process, lean into source, God, truth, Christ. For you, it may be synagogue, temple, gurus, priests, or rabbis. Find that spiritual guide that's best for you to help guide you into what you need to understand how to grow spiritually. And in turn, because that's a big part of what this connection here is, Your numbers here are 5, 17, 7, 8, 13. This is a 4 and this is a 2. Right, so this is also a 2 as well as a 10, 10. So 2, 2, and 4, or 2, 2, 2, 2, is a strong energy around partnership, coming together and building and rebuilding those foundations, which is also part of the message in here. So that's what we have for you. And thank you so much for joining. And I will see you guys in the next 30 days. Oh, also, on Fridays, we do collective, so join us there. You versus them on Saturdays. You can dive more deeply in your person's feelings and thoughts. And of course, Mirror Soul, which I feel like you guys are, jump Sunday on Mirror Soul to learn more about your alignment. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys later.